Hi and welcome to MQW Driving School YouTube channel. We're back again with another videos. This time is Knaresborough Driving Test Center, Knaresborough Driving Test Route, Knaresborough Driving Test. So all the test is a mock test, assessment test, and we're starting outside the test center. This is a business park. When you start from the Knaresborough Driving Test Center, you will lead outside the main road. So just drive very slow. Normally private lanes are 5 miles, 10 miles per hour speed or maximum 20. Now you're actually going to the main road. There's no sign show here, but that's count 30 miles per hour speed limit road. When you will take the car out from the business park car park, that is your meeting traffic situations. You're allowed to drive in the center of the lane, but you have to be very careful with a gap judgment. You may be facing lorry, truck and other large vans on this business park. Now you're approaching to the T junction. End of this road, we are taking a left turning. So left side mirror signal, left side position, and keeping far to the left corner for your position. And if there's no one coming from the right, you just take the car out. Now straight away, you're going towards the roundabout. This roundabout have two exits. One go left, one go straight. So you're crossing the roundabout, second exit. So your first minor mistake that you gave the right signal, like you feel it's, if you feel like you're going on the right side of the roundabout, which is fine. It's actually right, but because arrows say you're going straight, so it's better. Keep the right lane, go straight. Now this roundabout, we are going to take a right turn, third exit. You keep the car on the right lane nicely, but a little bit late. So that's another feedback. Just try to figure out early and do it early next time. And when you give the right signal for the right turning, then your signal got cancelled. It is good that you ask again where I'm going, so that remind you that we are going right, third exit. So it remind you to give the right signal again. So there's no harm to ask again. That sometimes save you from the major problem. So it was the right turning, third exit. So in case your signal got cancelled anytime in your driving test by taking the right turn on the roundabout, you are allowed to ask the examiner. If they have time to reply you, they can. And that also okay to give the signal again. So try to stay focused on the signal in case it's cancelled. Normally it cancel here on the halfway. Just do it again, and now on the second exit after, do the mirror signal, look shoulders, and then go to your left. 60 miles per hour limit road, national limit. National limit 60 mile. Why? Single carriage, not a dual carriage. So maximum 60 mile per hour road. Now in this road, try to make a good progress and quickly as possible you can, especially in the start of the road. You have to judge it is all empty and clear for you to keep moving. Then try to build up the speed quickly. You made a late progress. It's not like you did not done it, but you was taking so long. And when we ask you to do show me tell me question, can you see yourself dragging yourself out of the line? That can be a serious mistake. Just because you control it last minute and you look properly on the left, and before we grab your wheel you already correct yourself and there's no cycle on the left, it's just by luck you're saved. So make sure whenever you do the show me tell me question, you have to grab the wheel tight with one hand and then remove the second hand from the wheel to operate the control. Imagine if this red car is there on the left that time when you was doing show me tell me and operating the lights. What if you hit this left car because you're dragging out of the solid line? What is the rule of the solid line? Do not cross the line. So you luckily saved yourself on that place. Otherwise, according to this assessment and mock test, you was already failed because of that reason. Now we're taking a right turning. You got a protected filter line to take a right turning. It's not like you didn't done some mistakes in this driving, but a lot of learning can take place. So control properly before you operate your controls. Now you take the right turning, there is no new sign of the speed. So that means the last speed sign will be using 60 miles per hour road, national limit, no street lights. But the condition of the road is not so great that you can drive 60, so speed is not the target, they are just the limit. So you drive according to the road condition and traffic condition. Now look on the new speed limit now. 40 miles per hour limit start by now. And now you will see the street light with the repeater signs of 40 miles per hour speed. Now look again for the second speed limit. It's dropping down, 30 mile per hour limit. Now again street light, but this time no repeater signs, unless it's a warning for the camera of 30 miles per hour. Blue signs are very clear to say keep left. So all this portion you was doing good, your speed was okay, and you watched the speed also. It's very clear signs. I think hardly somebody can miss their signs. But they reduce your speed gradually here, because you was coming from 60 mile per hour, so they reduce it gradually, 40, 30 like that. Now very good places to do the first moving and stopping. So like pull up on the left side anywhere safe, and sometime this can be the place where they can start your independent driving. Sometimes the sat nav are not settled down as quickly in the previous time, so that's why this is the best time to settle down the sat nav and start your independent driving on the sat nav drive. It can be start from outside the test center, or it can be anywhere in the middle of the test. There's no fixed rules about it. Then moving off, proper mirror signal and blind spot check, no mistake, but sometimes you give the signal on the last minute for move off. So try to do proper mirror signal, final check and move. Taking a left turning, first road on the left. What is the speed limit? What was your last one? Yes, you have to remember what was your last one. Street lights, no repeater signs, 30 miles per hour road. Now in this test route you have almost everything: roundabout, single carriage, slow speed, high speed, bridges, mini roundabout, double mini roundabout, normal roundabout, busy roundabouts, 40, 30, all type of the speed numbers, moving, stopping. There's another important thing about this test center is the double mini roundabouts. Another important thing is about one-way street. And they also have the level crossing. One time when the sat nav say take a right turning, which is after the level crossing, but you switch on your signal for the right turning very early, and that was like, why you give so early? You should be doing after the crossing. And I was like, please do not make a right turn in the level crossing. So that was like very last minute thing, that what if she gonna turn right? So try not to give you hints. Just do it what you're supposed to do by the rule and regulation and safety. If you do something too late and too early, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes it happens when people don't know where they are going, or they're too confused with the sat nav driving. They can't make up their mind. Now you're approaching to the 20 mile speed limit zone, and you got the mini roundabout on the way. And you got the double mini roundabout. You got one mini roundabout here, but we was taking a right, but if you go left, then you got another mini roundabout. So that is like a double mini roundabout. Now straight away the speed back to 30 miles per hour. They can go left from the mini roundabout, and they can go straight to the second mini roundabout as well. Another moving and stopping exercise, again one of the nice place to do easily moving and stopping exercise. You get about 3 to 4 times in the test, and it can be up till 5 to 6 times. 3 times is normal, like stop on the level road, uphill road, and 1 time behind the parked car and moving at angle. So 3 is normal, like a compulsory 3, and then you maybe can have more. For example, before doing the emergency brake, they can again ask you to do moving and stopping. Before starting your parallel parking, they can again ask you moving and stopping. And if they have to do it, they will do another moving and stopping. So 3 you can keep in your mind, and it can be more up till 4, 5, 6, depending on the type of the routes. Like if I got country lane routes or dual carriage, of course I can't do too many of them, but if I'm using the street routes, I can. So now level crossing. Level crossing is again one of the places you can use in the test in Knaresborough. So you gave the right signal too early, and your right signal was on for a long time now, and then your street came about now. So you should have done it after the crossing. Then it doesn't make too confusion, okay? This is a simple residential area, nothing very important, but you have to be careful for meeting traffic situations, and you have to be careful for the bend and corners if you don't see who's coming from the other end. And because you're using the sat nav driving, again we have to be careful that when the sat nav say to do some left and right turning, you can identify your turning and you can do your proper MSPSL routine. Now this is very common scenario. We see that people know how to drive, but they never use the sat nav. They never had practice with their instructors on the sat nav driving. About 80% people have to drive the car on the sat nav, and just about 10 to 20 people have to follow the UK traffic signs. So independent driving have two sections, maybe tom-tom or maybe follow the signs. So if 80% is tom-tom, try to bring yourself on the sat nav driving on the tom-tom quickly as possible in your lessons. So when you finish your course, try to start doing independent driving, less help from your instructor, and try to drive the car on tom-tom. You don't have to drive 20 minutes straight away as the first stages of your learning. How about start doing 5 minutes sat nav driving, then increase to 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25, 30, 40, 1 hour. More you drive on the sat nav, more you will have the practice on the test day. So that was your moving at angle exercise, stopping the car behind the car and moving off. Now at the end of this road, the sat nav said to you that take a right turning. You got very confused, where is my right turning? If you look now, there was an arrow on the middle with the blue arrow telling you to keep left, and you stopped the car in the middle of the road because you wasn't sure where you're going. But see this right box, an arrow telling you to use the left side. Now end of the road, keep the car right and go right like a one way. So there should be no confusion, but just you did not spend too much time to hesitate and not disturb the back traffic, so it's fine. So you don't want to get too close and then decide what to do. You should try to have a good awareness early as possible, and then this blue arrow was there to tell you that keep left and then go from the left side and take a right turning. So next time, remember, there is a help for you, so it's not a confusion. So just look early and find the information early as possible. They use this route and this street a lot in Knaresborough Test Center route, and this can be the trick when people get confused that where I should take my right turning. Then look for the blue arrow. The blue arrow is there to help you. Knaresborough Driving Test Center is a very nice driving test center. As you can see, there are a lot of residential areas, streets, open road. There are not too much rush here. There are not too many shops here. So you are not on a busy area. You are in the residential area, and it's very nice neighborhood to do the test. It is a little bit far from Leeds. Half of the instructor don't want to go from Leeds to Knaresborough. So always ask your instructor, do they cover to go there or not. Otherwise, without their permission, do not book this test area. But in case you fail your driving test in Leeds and not finding any good dates in Leeds and Horsforth, and you got the opportunity for Knaresborough, then yes, if you know how to drive and you get the idea of this video, what type of the road and traffic condition you can see, then you can do it. Now, another moving and stopping. You stop the car a little bit opposite to the junction. Yes, your left side is a safe location, but you should have think of the right side also. What if somebody come out from the junction now? You are just stopping opposite to the junction. So again, you pick the mistake here, but again, a little bit luck. Nobody was coming in and out. So, but yes, I picked this as a mistake for you. You shouldn't have done this. Again, it's not about pass or fail or something. And it's just like to give you the feedback, what you're supposed to do. So we leave you independent, let you do what you're supposed to do, and then we give you the feedback. That is called assessment. But again, we need a time to understand what you need to do. So whenever you stop, think about the left and right, then do it. Okay, that was good. The light was changing to amber, so you stopped the car. That was a good thing. But did you notice that you stopped the car a little bit early from the solid line? If you can see the cycle line completely, then you are stopping very early. Just try to use your space and go slightly closer to the first solid line at least. But again, stopping a little early is not causing anything. Imagine if you go lorry and bus turning, then you left the big room for them to make a turning. So not a major fault, just advice. Obey the road sign, obey the road marking, and just do what you're supposed to be doing according to the road sign and according to the road marking. Because you are here for your driving test, and we normally call it, this is not your driving test, this is the test for your rule and regulation. The same rule and regulation you already have studied in the theory test. You already have developed your hazard perception test habits. So you should know what is a developing hazard and how you can identify the hazard early as possible, and then you know what to do. And you must have to complete your 5 wording like mirror, signal, position, speed, gear, look, decide, and then act. And after you act, look at the mirrors again. See if your action have some reaction on others. Then take it as a learning point and don't do it again next time. Sometimes people do the mistake like a pattern. They do it now, they do it later, they do it again, they repeat. But sometimes people just do the mistake only one time and then they never repeat again. So try not to make a pattern of your mistake in the driving test as well. In case it happened, try to sort it out straight away next time and don't do it again. You never know, maybe that was a minor mistake and you prove yourself in the same 40 minutes of your test that you will not do it again, or you never forget again or repeat again. So right turning from the junction, you done good. Nobody was coming from the front, so you went straight. That's okay. Your driving is not bad. You was doing a very good drive, but just because you don't know what you was doing or where to go, and that's make you a bit hesitant and not making a good progress in many places, and that's where you pick many mistakes. But you must have to think about it. Always try to find out early as possible what you're supposed to be doing. Awareness and planning is very important. LADA routine, LADA, look, assess, decide, and action. And if you're using the TomTom sat-nav driving, look on the arrows on the top. If the arrow on the left, you're going somewhere on the left. Then if the arrow on the right, you're going somewhere on the right. If the arrow comes with a picture of the roundabout, then look on the roundabout and arrow, which side of the roundabout, left, straight, and right. Then listen to the wording, yards, miles. When the sat-nav don't speak, it's the same thing like an instructor or examiner. There's no left and right, just keep going straight. And when the sat-nav speak for the first time, that is the time you should be looking on the sat-nav to see where you are going. And then you can plan about it. So that was your single carriage with the 50 road first, and now back to 30 miles per hour. And now you're going towards little bit bridge. The bridges are a bit narrow. So if you go to the bridges, you maybe end up doing the meeting traffic situation. So you try to do it slowly and don't do it fast. It was a bit slow on the traffic time. See this blue arrow in the middle? That was the same blue arrow was telling you that time, keep left. So that was the confusion that time. So if you would have looked early, then the confusion wasn't there that time. The size of this bridge is not too narrow because there's no warning sign for the narrow bridge. But in this test route, in the Knaresborough test routes or the area, we have the bridges where you got the narrow bridges from one side and both sides like that. So you will see the sign. Normally the bridges from both sides. So look for that warning signs and then think about it that you're going to be dealing with the other traffic very tightly on the bridges. So again, this kind of situations like moving, stopping, taking left and right, that's your basic. You wasn't doing anything wrong with your basics. So your basics was good. So that means when people start learning how to drive, the first thing they learn is about moving, stopping, turn left and right, and do proper mirror signal for the left and right. So basics are okay. But when you come for your real driving test, forget about the basics. Basics should be there. If you can't do the basic, you should not be coming to your test. If you're still doing the mistake about your basics, which is your mirror, signal, position, slowing down, looking, deciding and go, that's your basic. And second, move the car, stop the car, turn left, turn right, park the car, T-junction, crossroad, traffic light, pedestrian crossing, all your basics, even mini roundabouts. If you're still stuck on your basics, then why you are here for your driving test? Think about it. You should be coming for your driving test when you are 100% correct on your basics. Then yes, there are some places where you will find the new locations, new situations, and you maybe have to spend another extra second to decide what to do. So like now, the last one, first you stop the car very early from the traffic light when the light was green and there was a full 1 car space, but you didn't move that time. But when the light go amber, you was already crossed the line and now you decided you have to move forward. The same thing you would have done it early. Again, you done it. Was okay, I give you the mistake for the light, but you would have done more better. So find more awareness and planning which will sort you out early as possible. So things was there, but just picking them a bit late, doing it a bit late, make you less progress and was a bit hesitant. Again, sometime is by luck that nothing happened serious on the timing of the test, so you are passed. But in the real life can be a problem. So like now, this mini roundabout we're going straight. You wait for the car coming from your right, which is like 12 o'clock, but taking a right. Ignore the drivers who's just not following the rules now in front of us. See, you was about to move and then you see the other car. Then you see another car, like a van now, with the signal. So see, sometimes you have to look twice, 3 times, 4 times, then you decide. Then this is also like a double mini roundabout, but this time they're not too close to each other. You have enough time to deal with one first, and then you're going straight and deal with the second one second time. They also have the route where they can take you right turning to the town street and use the town street to go back. This is almost near the town street. So what was missing is awareness and planning. Try to look early, look far, look near, look all the mirrors, find road signs, triangle, warning, order, information, and then do it. Like now this one, for example, we said let's take a right turning. You didn't know where is the right turning, but you already switch on your signal. Now you're struggling, where is my right turn? I understand there's no much road marking, but there was a center filter line for you to take a right turning, but you stayed to the left lane and now last minute you're going to take a right turning. What if the van come on the same place here? But again, you managed. We gave you a time to figure out, but you manage. What if somebody coming from your front? What if you can't turn? What if the car at the back of you start turning a bit early than you? So there was a risk involved here on this turning. So that's another mistake here. You dealt with the road work fine, and we still have to do your maneuver exercise. Every driving test routes, we give you one maneuver exercises. This can be anything: parallel parking, bay parking, pull up on the right, reverse 2 car length. And then on the top, additional, you maybe have to do the emergency brake exercise. This is why they call it exercise. That is on the top. If somebody want to go to Knaresborough for driving from Leeds, it's a lot of mile to go from Leeds to Knaresborough and come back again and drive inside the Leeds and outside the Knaresborough as well. So 1 hour is not enough. You're looking about more than 2 hour booking, like 3 hour, 4 hour. Then it's possible to go from Leeds, drive in Knaresborough and come back. So you're looking about 3 to 4 hours. But I ideally say use 4 hours in the area, then you will better understand the area. Somebody was asking me what is the best time to take the driving lesson. So think about it again. If your instructor is starting the work 6 in the morning and you're the last client, you don't want to take that lesson. So think about it. Choose the best day and best time when you are free, your instructor is free, so you are fresh, he's fresh, and you can go far away, spend a good time, and with the full effort and energy you can do the test and do your lessons. So that's your left turning gear. The last bridge was a single track, so it's controlled by the light that time, so that went okay. When we ask you to do the maneuver, I don't want to forget to tell you that there was a van at the back of your car as well that time. So always remember, whenever you decided to do your pull up on the right, don't forget about what's at the back. If you look on your driving, you have a good skill to drive. But as I say, driving should be your main basic. If you can't do these things, you shouldn't be doing. You was too close to these cars. So one of the time you was very close to the parked car. And you got another mistake here for the clearance. So very careful. You shouldn't be too close to the parked car. You must give a good distance to the parked car. If you don't have a space to pass them from the center, then it's better to wait and let the other people go first. Your about 28 minutes of the driving is already gone. And there's about 10 minutes more to finish your test. Now, double mini roundabout. We said we're going straight from the first one and right from the second one. You again got confused what I'm doing. You did very good to stop the car for the right traffic, so that was a good part. So this one straight and this one right, and again you got confused where I'm going. So we was going right. See, you holding in the middle of the roundabout, not sure what you're supposed to be doing, and the pedestrian don't know where you are going. So if you would have give no signal in the first and straight away signal for the right, and then you can go right straight. It's like a double mini roundabout close to each other. Again, this mistake just because you don't know where you are going, so you got hesitant, not making a good progress. So this is why we always say whenever you go to any driving test center, try to drive there at least good 4 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours to understand your area. It's just like you are fighting with your enemy and you don't know your enemy. So try to go, drive there, know your area. Then in case they have little bit things like that, like double mini roundabout, level crossing, tight bridges, narrow bridges, then at least you know what you are expecting. Some people don't know how to drive in the country lanes. If they come from different city and do the test in north, they don't know how to do country lanes. So that is why it's very important. First know what you're doing, where you are doing, prepare yourself according to it, and then in case you can't do it, you have no time to come and do the practice, it's not possible and very far for you and instructors are not available to come and do it, that is where these videos are there to help you. Again, there is no route which is fixed. Examiner just have to spend their 40 minutes from start to the end by adding a lot of different road condition, traffic condition, speed conditions and speed limits. So see, your left and right have no issue. So this is where we're going to do the maneuver exercise. Exercises, maneuvers are random, they are just pick on the day, there is no fix that I should give you this like that, it just depend on the day and time, location, route, what's on the way which possibly can be done. See, like now, the way this car just overtake you, there was a chance that again there was another car can overtake you, so you must look properly, signal properly in a good timing and do a little bit final check on the right to make sure nobody's overtaking you. Then you try to pull up from the left to the right side of the road. That is why this exercise is be done in the test to check your skills. Now just have attention now. When you pull up on the right, who was at the back of your car? A van and the blue car, red car. So whenever you have a plan to pull up on the right hand side and if you got a lot of cars, then sometime looking, double check, blind spot, proper mirror signal in a good timing is very important. So, but again, nobody overtake you, that's fine, but very careful for the next times. Now, you done very good thing here that when you was reversing, you will see the car coming from your front. So whenever somebody have to do the maneuver exercises or reverse exercises, they have to do it very nice and slow, and they have to keep looking 360-degree all around the car, regular checks, because sometime by keeping your car reverse, you maybe can forget the main important information in your surroundings. It's like a 50 number for your parking control and 50 number for your observation. You have to do both things together in a good order to make this maneuver correct. This is where you decided to move off and then you see the car coming. So again, good observation, otherwise imagine if you move and the car comes, that can be a serious mistake. So it's always a better thing that look again, do the final checks and do not rush. All this is advice. There are some mistakes, there are advices as well. Same time you can see the driving test route, area, take some tips, understand what you're supposed to be doing in these kind of location and situations. You're not very far from the test center. It's just going to be a little bit driving and back to the test center. So you got a lot of single carriages. Knaresborough normally don't have the dual carriage here nearby. Single carriages are very common for Knaresborough driving test routes. Some are 40, 50 and they also have national limit 60. You have some roundabouts like this one. Again, on this roundabout you got a little bit confused again. like what is my position, where I'm going. So again, if ever you have any doubt where I'm going and you don't know, it's better to ask. So you was going straight ahead, second exit, but you thought you're going right somewhere, but no, it's simply straight ahead, second exit, keeping left lane or keeping outer circle is the better option. But if you want to use on the right lane and go right with the signal, then you need to be very careful. There can be somebody on your left shoulder then. Another roundabout. See, you got confused again with your lane. There's no road marking. Both are going straight. So if you was already on the left lane, you would have stayed in the left lane, and after the number 1 exit, give the mirror signal and go left. Again, position confusion. You managed, but again, this is a mistake. You need a plan. If you're already in a good lane, what's the purpose of changing then? Especially in the last minute. Now approaching to the large roundabout. This is the busy one. The last two is not so busy, but these are the busy one. National limit road. That means people are coming on the high speed numbers. Now on this roundabout, you pick another mistake. You did a lot of hesitation to take the car out. First mistake, you was not stopping exactly on the giveaway. So try to stop exactly on the giveaway line so you have enough opportunity to look properly, not have anything on your blind spots. And then see, like now, sometime you will see these coaches coming on your right, block the other drivers. So that was the opportunity. See, nobody's coming from the right for a long time, but you're not moving. So when you get nice opportunity, nice gap, you should be keep on moving. That is like a progress. You have to make a good progress in a good time. So calculations, finding the blockers, look for the gaps, take your good location, like a position in a good time, which is like ready to go position without wasting any time. See, you stayed here for a very long time. That's a mistake. Again, manageable, but that's a mistake. And now here, you just drag your car here and there for like zigzag. Look like you're out of control. That's another mistake. So be careful. Again, if you don't have a plan, don't start. If you start, you should start with a plan. And plan is always after you have the good awareness. And awareness comes if you look far ahead, early as possible. Like a hazard perception. Scan the road early as possible. Develop your habit of hazard perception. Look for the developing hazard, look for your junction, look for your hazards, static hazard, moving hazard, all type hazards. Then make a plan. Which mirror, which signal, which position, what level of the speed I need it to deal with this junction, where I should be looking, who is coming, who is my hazard. So everything comes with a plan. Look, assess, decide, and action. Awareness, planning, and anticipation. So a lot of mistake you have done in this test. I know your real driving test is passed now, so congratulations that after this assessment your real driving test is passed. So congratulations for that. But again, I thought this route and this kind of a mistake and feedback helped you a lot. So now you passed your real driving test. Congratulations for that. So again, this roundabout you spend a bit less time than last one. So this is much better. If you take a genuine time and for a reason, like now cars are coming and you're stopping, that's the reason. Of course, if the cars are coming, you can't go, you have a reason. But when no car is coming, what's your reason? So this is the right turning on the roundabout, and then you're approaching another roundabout, you're taking a left turning. Sometimes they say going straight, first exit, because it's not like 9 o'clock, that's why it's called straight. And look on the arrow, it says straight. So just keep it to the left and go straight to the first exit by using the outer lane. And then we're going to take the right turning into the first road, and that is how we are going back to the driving test center where we started. So far it's 39 minutes, and by the time you're going to finish your test, it will be 40 minutes or 41 minutes. See, now you know where you are, you know you're in the box, and you're making a proper right turning in your lane with a proper line. This is a good right turning. So this is the street you started from. Again, same meeting traffic conditions. Remember, we talk about the large lorry, truck, vans here, so careful for the meeting traffic situations. Now soon you will see the right turning. Don't worry about it. Examiner normally always there to help you out. There's a proper red color sign, St. James, so they can use that red color as a reference that this is the street you need to take a right turning, St. James. And then it's a 10 mile per hour because the business park, private land. And then you just take the left turning because more likely it's like a one-way system. Everybody use this way. So take a left turning, then take a right turning, and then you take the second road on the right because they're just like a tiny streets. So like first street, second street. They advise you, they help you. And then you will just go straight to the car park and park the car. Thank you for watching.